What's up, Fred? Man, I ain't buying none of that bullshit y'all talking about.
Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead.
None of it, because it's a stand-in. It's a stand in the way. It's a trip over, follow type tactic when you come into that. So, what's the thoughts on Donald Trump?
Man, I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. He don't even matter. Fuck Donald Trump.
So, but it's so you speak to not vote is what you're saying. Then
I believe as a brother, if nobody is saying anything specifically to you, then he ain't talking to you. So mind your fucking business. I really feel like that.
I can't rock with none of that shit. And my people fuck with you. My people know you. I think you went to Gardena and all that shit. So my people know who you is. That's how I heard of you. But when it comes to this democratic shit, black folks have a fucked up understanding of the world. And even with your point, like your point was dope about what is occurring on Alameda, as far as the jobs, people not living in the area, the income, taking in all the money, reallocating that shit somewhere else. And this is a thing where we don't stand in the way of understanding this system. This is a system that can work for everybody. You ain't gotta. I think the problem with black folks, we stand aside and expect others to do our work, rather than us getting into a rhythm of taking our place and taking our position of moving shit. This is where I think we mess up at. But when it comes down to the crime bill, that crime bill doesn't affect everybody. If you ain't doing criminal shit, that crime bill ain't in your way. You from the area, you know how the 90s. And
you tripping though, big dog.
Reg, that's tough, dog. That's tough.
I'm with you, but that's you tripping. Nah, that's not it.
And I use me
as you can't put people into a place where they have to commit crime and then be like, well, if you're doing crime, then you better commit crime if you want to feed your family, because McDonald's ain't gonna pay the rent, put bills on your table and nothing else. Ain't no other opportunities. So how else you gonna get some money? Not to mention the opportunity is presented to you. You don't got to go nowhere to get it. How do you turn that opportunity around?
Even with the hustle, it's on a minor number of people that's hustling versus how everybody else is getting their money. We ain't full. Our neighborhoods ain't full of hustlers. Our neighborhoods ain't full of dope dealers. There's other shit that affects us, and you were speaking on it. We got politicians that write in very hypercritical financial billings when it comes into banking, how you go about getting loans, the way they structure this. You got redlining. They ain't got nothing to do with a crime bill. There's other ways that lead us into crime that's being done with other tactics. Reagan and them rolled a lot of this shit in.
Yeah.
Regulations on things meant to keep America in place, because when you allow the deregulation of stuff to happen, which is common amongst Republican type politics, Southern style Republican politics, is to write away the regulations that put in structures where you do away of a lot of this. Because what America wants to structure itself in is still in kind of a racial modeling, keeping other people down, keeping them oppressed, keeping you poor to where you're forced to go out there and get it and have to work for them. It's deeper than this. It's deeper than just the crime bill. You look at what happened when they knew the economy was going down. What they do? They write off these subprime loans. We'll get enough money from these folks, knowing damn well they're about to default on it. We knowing damn well the economy gonna flip. We get these properties back to the bank. It's all a trick, but it's time that black folks start getting an understanding of what system you live in. Because regardless, we think in the system not for us. When you play in the system right, they can't turn away from you. You still get the privileges of whatever 401k you buy into, however you play into the market when you run this system right. When you stay unintelligent to shit, the system gonna always play you. When you put politicians in a place, you must always check them. When do black folks unify? It's just like I'm listening to Grandmaster Jay and him speaking about his movement and how a bunch of scared Negroes still walking around in FLIR when they got 1,000 black men with weapons out here to protect them. But we always looking forward to what we're afraid of change. We're afraid of what's new, and the system has to work for us. But when we're not trusting white folks to do it, and we still live in a system, a country that we built, when do we start stepping in the fray? When do we start stepping in political?
And I'm with you with all that, brother. That's one of the things I talked about earlier on. But that don't change nothing to do with Joe Biden literally being the worst thing to ever happen to black people in this country at this point since slavery. While I agree with all the other points, because I'm very much believing that we have to do it all for ourselves. So we stand in agreement with that. That don't have nothing to do with Joe Biden doing the shit he did. That is a part of systemic racism to hurt the black community. He did it to hurt the black community. Literally made it a point to hurt the black community because we are disproportionately committing crimes because of lack of resources. Like, this ain't everybody's problem. It's affecting us more. So there's no way possible this motherfucker is cool at all. Trump, I don't give two fucks about him. I don't know how people can vote for Trump outside of people who want the entertainment. But this specific motherfucker is not cool. He's not smooth. And he's been a detriment to brothers. He's been a pure detriment to brothers. And he can continuously be a detriment to brothers.
But this is the point. This shit goes beyond. This is the problem in American systems, American politics. And I think the reason why America continues, black folks got to be instrumental into the process of America. America doesn't function without us. But it's time for us to get on real shit in order for America to function. And that's us not giving a fuck what white people say about us, what they think about us. Because all that shit about the 2/3, white folks know we ain't no fucking 2/3. But they'll tell you that shit. When they come across you, they feel some superior shit around you. But when it comes down to, like, with this system, America has this issue with this 4-year system to where when things go wrong in one administration, and they can deliberately do shit to make it go wrong because they only in there for such a short period. They kick the buck down the hill. This is gonna be the next man problems, and this shit started since the Richard Nixon's days. Richard Nixon did this shit. He had shit implemented against black folks. He had this implementation of destroying black communities. And what does it happen? The buck will pass down to the next party member who gets in line of being voted by his party. So, and with Nixon, you get crime bills. They started this tough on crime, this war on not so much of the war on drug stuff, but this picture painted of black crime.
Say no to drugs. That was 80s.
Keep folks down in the hole. So then it passes
Just
from him.
No, dare.
Then you get the second the second generation of this shit under Reagan, and Reagan doing what he did in our communities, hustling in the drugs to fund some war
and taking guns from us. That's all that took guns from us.
Guns. So you constantly get this thing where things are being passed around, but the one failure has been us, our people. Black Panther movement. He renewed them in the 20s. What was their parents to stand up for shit? What was the people after that? No one stands up for shit, and even with us, how I'm saying the politicians allow shit, the buck to be passed along. Our parents have done that shit too. Our grandparents, and that's where it happens. But with us, because we've been the projects of this nation, we see the bullshit of this nation. Now we see movements of people standing up. It's time for us to really change the shit, like profoundly change this goddamn system. And that's what I believe in. But that's all. I'm hogging the line, so let me get up off of here.
Nah, brother, it was dope speaking with you, man. You got some shit, trust me.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Hey, Trap Rob said, and you know what?